You are watching the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series, presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings Project Ringmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Milwaukee Bucks. The season began under the cloud of Giannis Antetokounmpo trade rumors. The optimism was that Antetokounmpo would be an MVP contender due to the heavy workload required to make a Bucks team with no other stars competitive. Instead, Antetokounmpo missed more than half of the season. The Bucks had a bottom 5 defense, and Milwaukee missed the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. The epitome game for Milwaukee came versus the Suns in early March. It was one of Antetokounmpo's last games of the season and one that made it clear that this team was going nowhere even with him in the lineup due to their absent-minded perimeter defense.
Now y'all gonna say I'm mean. What you mean absent-minded perimeter defense? Well, here's what I mean. Kyle Kuzma is on Jalen Green. Jalen Green is gonna weave himself in the paint and kick out. And what is Kyle Kuzma doing? Guarding everything and nothing at the same time. Well, he needed to stay on Jalen Green. Jalen Green relocates, catch and shoot three, and that was Jalen Green's second three-pointer of the first quarter. Second quarter. The Bucks are caught in a mismatch. Pete Nance is on Devin Booker. You have a ghost screen by Royce O'Neal, and they just isolate Devin Booker on Pete Nance. That's a pull-up three-pointer. This was actually the quarter that the Suns were not very good shooting the three. The Bucks benefited from Phoenix missing 9 out of 13 threes, but that mid-range was cooking for Devin Booker, and you see that three there. Third quarter, not so much. Royce O'Neal had already made 5 threes in the third quarter. Maybe you get a hand up on him so he doesn't get another look at the rim. I don't care where he was shooting from. Clearly, he was on another planet. That three-pointer broke a tie going into the fourth quarter, and the route was on from there. You see in the fourth quarter, now Kyle Kuzma's on Devin Booker. They fire on him, but the Bucks screw up the rotation. Cam Thomas stays on the weak side. Colin Gillespie gets an open catch and shoot corner three, also known as the three-pointer you are most likely to make in the NBA.
Milwaukee lost this game 129 to 114, dropping their record to 27 and 37. The Suns made 24 of 51 threes in this game, 47.1%. Only the Jazz allowed more threes than the Bucks this season. Antetokounmpo was finally traded, with the Bucks acquiring a package of players that included Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Khalil Ware from Miami. Taylor Jenkins replaces Doc Rivers as head coach, while the Bucks used lottery picks on shooting guard Braden Burries and small forward Nate Amon. Milwaukee also re-signed Gary Trent Jr. to a multi-year deal that is under league investigation. Trent was a DNP CD in this game against the Suns. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2026 NBA Epitome Game Series featuring the Miami Heat.